Hey guys, so today's video is a little bit different. The other day, Isabella and I were doing some meal prep for the week, just some light meal prep that would help propel us through the week. And I decided to pick up my camera and vlog it a little bit just to see what we got done in the hour's time. If you guys like this video and you want to see more videos like this, give it a thumbs up and definitely let me know in the comments, because this is something that we do consistently, whether we're making waffles, muffins, some freezer dinners or anything like that. We always try to prep a little bit ahead for the week. So if this is a video that gives you some inspiration and you would like to see more often, let me know. All right, let's get started. Okay, so I have, I think, the majority of my ingredients laid out here, and I have my recipes over there. I've got my mixer here, which I already milled my flour. I mill it into this because when I have my wheat mill over here, it's raised up almost to the mill, so there's no like flour dusting my whole kitchen. So I have some of the produce I need to chop up and things. I'm about to boil that water for eggs at the same time that I boil water for the quinoa pasta. They both boil for the same amount of time. And then all my tools, I just need to get out 2 baking pans that I can freeze in. The only thing I'm not gonna be able to do is prep my smoothie packs because my bananas probably won't be like smoothie ready until tomorrow. But I will pre-chop and freeze that pineapple. The rest of our fruit is in the freezer and I will show you that afterwards. So we are going to make, I've got my little list here. Miss Bellaboo is gonna help me with waffles and sandwiches, and she's also going to help me with some of the eggs, the hard-boiled eggs. I'm going to make a gluten-free veggie pasta salad, some vegan enchiladas, and mixing up the waffles and things like that. So it is 3:59, which I guess we couldn't have worked out that timing any better. And I will show you, hopefully this doesn't take us more than an hour. Hopefully by 5 o'clock we are sticking tonight's enchiladas in the oven and putting everything in the freezer or the fridge where it belongs. So okay, here we go. Checking in just about 4:15. I've got the eggs going. The water for the pasta is just about started. This is the pasta that we are using. I've started making the filling for the enchiladas. This one is making a bunch of waffles. So we made a quadruple batch of waffle batter, which it might look a little funny. When you're using fresh milled wheat, it soaks up the liquids a little bit different. So that's where we're at, a quarter of the way. Okay, so we are changing things up a bit because I forgot to spray the waffle irons. We're waiting for it to cool down so I can scrape that off before we get started again. Izzy is using this and she is making a bunch of PB&Js for me. These will be for more than 1 week's time, but I like to make these in a batch and freeze them up. So she's working on that. The eggs just what's it called? The eggs just beeped and I'm going to cool them down as well. 4:49 check-in. I've got the enchilada sauce going here. The pasta is cooled. I'm a messy cook, so forgive me. I've got some veggies chopped here for the pasta and I went ahead and made the sauce over there, and then I've got the filling for the black beans here, and I am going to chop up some spinach and mix up the pasta. And the waffle iron is finally working. I thought for a minute maybe that was not going to work. Maybe it was like the actual waffle maker, but I think it really was just from the what's it called, the spray. So we're back in business with waffles. I'm gonna give us like a 10-minute grace period because of that happening for our hour. So I spent a lot of time scrubbing it out with a toothbrush. So I'm gonna mix up the pasta salad and start rolling these tortillas. 5 o'clock, got the pasta salad mixed up and I am starting to fill these. I've got the one for now, the one to freeze. I got all these veggies chopped for veggies and hummus. I've showed you guys our salad bar before, but I'm not actually restocking that today, but I will put a link up here in the corner if you want to see what our salad bar looks like on occasion. But we've been on kind of a veggies and hummus kick this week, and since I have the pasta salad, I'm not going to refill the salad bar. So Bella is peeling eggs, not hard boiling them. They are hard boiled, so she's peeling those for me while the waffles. We are just putting the waffles on a baking sheet with parchment paper. They're going to go in the freezer before I stack them in a freezer container. Before you think my boys aren't helping me, take a look at this. They're my taste testers. Yummy? Mm-hmm. So good. All right, go play. All right, I had a little bit extra filling, so I just dumped it on top. Now, the recipe calls for mixing cheese in that mixture I showed you, but because there's 6 of us in the family, 3 of us do not eat much dairy or dairy at all. So I'm going to hold on to this and shred it up, sprinkle it on half of it when I bake for the half that, whoa, I just touched it with my hands. Half that the ones that are gonna eat it, or just sprinkle it on top while it's still warm, just melt a little bit of cheese. But nobody really misses cheese around here, and these tortillas, when they bake, they'll harden up enough that they don't need the cheese to seal it. So I'm just gonna dump the sauce on top now and wrap that and put it in the freezer. How cool is this thing? Isn't that the neatest thing ever? You just push on it and it spins in there. I know I've showed you this before, but it amazes me every time. I'm a simple girl. Okay, so it is about 5:15 and I have about half the waffle batter here done. I'm gonna be standing in the kitchen for a little bit longer with the waffle batter, but my sidekick decided it was time to go outside and play with her brother, so I down one man in the kitchen. So I've got those there, and then I've got some pineapple prepped for snacks and then some for smoothies. We have tons of frozen fruit. I will put a little clip in here so you can see our smoothie prep. In this top drawer of the freezer, I have a bunch of different frozen fruit, some mango and things, and then I have bananas in this container. This is a pretty large container of frozen bananas. I freeze them on the baking tray like you saw with the waffles. I need to replenish this, but my bananas are actually not quite ready, and I'm gonna put the pineapple in here. And anytime that spinach gets close to its date, I will put it in individual size containers and freeze that as well. You can freeze spinach and throw it straight in the blender. So this makes it really handy. Just pull this drawer out, and then we put the blender right up here on the counter. Just kind of leave this open and add things we want to, put in any juice or water or almond milk, whatever kind of a smoothie we're making, and it's just super easy access right here in the freezer. So this is kind of like our smoothie section. So I don't have to make, I used to make those pre-portioned smoothie bags, like gallon-sized Ziploc bags, and put all the fruit in it, and then you just add the liquid. But I don't need to do that anymore because John is just as efficient as I am now with just opening this up and putting flavors together. Some hard-boiled eggs ready to go. These are for lunches or snacks. These will be gone in like a second. She's so cute. Izzy made some sandwich, some PB&Js. Now, traditionally, I don't use the sandwich sealer because organic bread is expensive, but every now and then I will just get like regular whole wheat bread from the grocery store and then take the crust and give them to the chickens. I used to use organic bread, and I, like when the older two were younger, and I would take the crust and do, because organic bread is like really expensive, so I would take the crust and make breadcrumbs. But now that I have 4 kids eating sandwiches, say they have sandwiches 2 days a week, that's like basically 20 slices of bread, and I do not need that many breadcrumbs. So these are kind of special occasion kind of things anymore, or I'll just make them like for the toddler so she doesn't make a mess in the car. But I know we're gonna have a kind of busy week this week back to school. We've got a Bible study, we've got co-op and things, so I know I'll need some grab and go lunches handy. My kids are mostly snacky lunch kind of kids. They would prefer like a hard-boiled egg and a cheese stick and some veggies and dip and some fruit and peanut butter and that kind of stuff. But just in case, we've got some sandwiches for some sandwich days. I've got the pasta salad here. I'll put a link up here to my video where I show you kind of like how I meal prep most often for John and I. This week's just a weird kind of a week, so I just made this batch of pasta salad. I've got the veggies there, or he might make a salad one day. But I'll put a link up here to when we're more on our game with our meal prep. This was kind of like a last minute decision, like, oh, let's just make some pasta salad and we'll just take from that all week. So I do need to divide that up still, and then this for tonight and for tomorrow. I mean, not tomorrow, another day. I'm not eating this 2 days in a row. My meal prep today. Now again, this is not stuff that is going to sustain us all week, but things like sandwiches, cutting fruit, cutting veggies, making breakfast in the morning, it just cuts down on the time needed for that. So I'll still be making lunches. This will only be 2 days worth of lunches, these 10 sandwiches, but there's 2 days that I know we're gonna be on the go. We have one day that's Bible study and one day that's co-op, so that'll make packing lunches easier to pair a hard-boiled egg with that. Or if they want a good snack, that's available, or if I'm running short on time, I have this available, or if there's a day that I'm out later than I need to be, this available. So, you know, things you think of when you're a busy mom, right? So those are just things that are gonna cut some time down when I'm not feeling like making oatmeal, I'm having a rough morning, I can just pop those in the oven. So that is my meal prep for this week. Let me know if you guys like to prepare things ahead of time, and if so, how long does it take you, and is it worth your time? So Let me know in the comments below, and I will see you guys soon.